the other thing I love about KdenLive is when you go, like, if you hover over for the transition effects, if you hover over the corners of the thing you're working with, it's automatically, it pops up either the dissolve effects or the audio dissolve or the composite for when you need to link two things together. And as soon as you activate that and click it on, you're in the menu for editing, and it's like, okay, link this to this layer. And so it drop dead simple. It's I'm assuming OpenOffice, it's gonna be OpenShot has caught up to that now, or is it that still need a little tweaking?
It's been a while since I've used it, so I'm not 100% on these newer versions. It looks like they've actually got a newer version than I've even tried out. So 1.1.3 is their newest.
Okay, I guess I should maybe take another look at it. I don't know. Anyways, back to the last thoughts on Cinelerra. Cinerella's great, and I know I'm going to get yelled at by people by saying Cinelerra sucks, because it's not. But my thing with Cinelerra, unless you're a true pro who cares about, you know, I want to control the pixels absolutely, I want to control the white balance, the red, green, blue balance, all of this stuff, and micromanage every aspect of the video, which if you're doing more pro stuff, you need to. But
they've actually come out with plugins recently to do white balance, RGB, all those things for KdenLive.
Yeah, it's like I know there's plugins for it, and that's the thing. But even with those plugins, you don't get the degree of control you're capable of in Cinelerra. But my honest assessment is the average end user doesn't care about that stuff. The degree they care about it, if they care about it at all, those plugins are more than sufficient. But if you're a true, oh no, I have to fix every single shot because our lighting was not consistent and yada yada and so forth, okay, you need Cinelerra. But be prepared to RTFM. And I think my honest assessment is it takes you about a weekend, and then realistically a week or two of just screwing around with it to really become proficient in Cinelerra. Because even simple stuff like basic trims are not straightforward in Cinelerra. Once you get the hang of the logic of it, you're able to figure it out. But you have to read the manual to even get the logic of it. I would love to see a more user-friendly interface for Cinelerra for straightforward things like, because one of the things that has always bugged me about Cinelerra is I have to sit down and read the manual to even be able to figure out how to properly import a video track and cut, 5 seconds off the end of it. It's not straightforward particularly out of the box, and that's a simple thing anybody's going to want to do in video editing. I'm sure. I guess it makes more sense if you're a pro. I don't know. I've never really done true pro video editing. Have you ever worked as a video editor, Jordan?
No, I've taught myself all this stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm wondering if because of the way when I look at the UI for Cinelerra, I recognize components off of some video editing equipment I've been exposed to but never actually used. I'm almost wondering if that UI doesn't make infinitely more sense to you if you have a background in video editing.
That's entirely possible.
And that may have been who it was set up for. It's not set up for the end user. It's set up for those people.
Have you heard anything about or seen CineQD? It's actually a project based on Cinelerra that attempts to make it look and feel a little bit more user-friendly.
I have heard nothing about that, but I have a feeling that's something I should look into, because that's one of the things I've always thought Cinelerra would be great if it would just get a different UI.
Right.
Okay, anything else anyone want to add on this? Well, it's like I'm trying to keep from going into 50 billion parts, and so I guess we'll pick up the rest next week because I'm trying to be kind to people. I know what's wrong with me. So I guess we'll end the show here, and hopefully y'all got some useful information. Again, FAQs are welcome. So the one thing. Every time somebody asks me a question on something I've recommended or on something on Linux or something, like, I'm sorry this is such a dumb question. Do not be, there is no dumb question. The dumb question is you just sit there and go, well, I'm not going to ask and just not learn how to do it. If you don't know how to do it and you think we can help or you think anyone can help, ask. The worst thing the two worst things that can happen is they can tell you to shut up and you go somewhere else, or they can just not know. Anyways, peace out all.
If you're worried about asking dumb questions, just try Google first. If it's not on Google, it's really not a dumb question.
Well, it's the thing I find on that usually is usually when somebody's asking what they consider a dumb question, like the case with the installer guy, they've looked and they found tutorials, but they didn't understand them.
Right, and that's
so,
fine.
and it's like they need somebody to explain the for dummy tutorial. And that's not a dumb question to ask. That's, I've read the instructions, now make the instructions make sense to me. That's a very important question to ask. And sometimes it helps to have somebody else answer that. Anyways, peace out all.